What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with our weekly What to Buy on eBay video. And we have a monsoon here in Tennessee right now. There's like hurricane and tornado warnings, and it's just pelting my roof. So if you hear any background noise that sounds like white noise, it's just the rain pouring down. As always, with the items I'm going to show you in today's video, in the video description, there are eBay affiliate links, and it's a great way to help support the channel. If the item's at auction, you can put in an early bid using those eBay affiliate links, and if you go back and win it later when the auction's ending, then it will credit the channel. And I know a number of you do that. I just got to say thanks for those of you that do that. It really means a lot that you guys help support the channel. And on that note, speaking of supporting the channel, you guys have been insanely generous with the supers. And, you know, someone asked me what a super is. It's just in the lower portion where there's a little heart icon. It's a way of saying thanks to the channel. And Laugh It Up Fuzzball 70 sent me yet another one. I think he sent like 5 or 6. I've lost count. So that is extremely generous of you, man. And another UK viewer, Justin, also sent me one yesterday for the Hakes auction preview. And then finally, Pixelated 5664 also sent me a massive super of $20. So you guys that send those supers, it's very generous of you, and I just want to tell you how much I appreciate it. So we've got a nice selection here of vintage collections, comic books, vintage Kenner, and loose graded mint-on cards. Really nice selection. So let's go ahead and take a closer look. So the first one I've got is a CAS 90 Razor Crest pack-in loose graded Mandalorian. We've seen a few of these over the last 6 months or so. This one's graded CAS 90. It's a great display case for the Razor Crest pack-in version of the Mandalorian with that awesome cloth goods cape. This one's at $53. It ends Sunday evening at 10:41 Eastern time. So it's still cheap right now. They've been selling anywhere. I mean, I've seen as high as 150. I've seen as low as about 90, 80 or 90 bucks. So who knows where this one ends. I would expect this one to sell for definitely more than the $53 it currently sits at. It's a great display case. Next up, I'm surprised no one's picked this up yet. This has got 6 watchers on it, but this is an unpunched Canadian Kithaba, and it's the harder to find red bandana. So, you know, maybe the red bandana was more common on the Canadian version, but at least for those of us in the U.S. with the U.S. cards, it's almost always the brown bandana. I know those of you in the U.K., the red bandana is more common than the brown bandana, but I thought because this one is a Canadian example, you can see the back, it's got the multi-language there, also unpunched, very, very slate edgeware to it. The buy it now price is only $66. The starting bid on it is only $37. So it's at auction, but nobody's bid yet. And to me, it's a great buy even at the buy it now price of $65 to get the harder to find Canadian version, unpunched, plus it's the red bandana version of Kithaba with the multi-language name pill. So very nice item there. That one ends Sunday at 1:21 Eastern time. So there you go if you're looking for a Canadian Kithaba. This seller has 2 different Dark Times Darth Vaders available, both high grade. The first one is an uncirculated 90. This one is a beautiful example. Let's see, 90, 90, 95 are the subscores. VC 241 Dark Times Darth Vader. That one's at $100. Make an offer for a good deal there. And then this one is the 90 plus grade version. It's not uncirculated, but this one's only $80. Make an offer. Now the shipping is $20, so keep that in mind too with any offers that you make. It's $20 shipping, but pretty decent deal there on 2 very nice high grade Dark Times Darth Vader TVC. I've got a few comics here that I wanted to show you. This is a CGC 9.2 white pages for Star Wars #1, freshly graded. You can tell because it's got a fairly recent certification number on it, but this is a very budget-friendly option for those of you that don't have to have this in a 9.8. A 9.2 is a very reasonable, still a very high-grade book. And this one's at auction. It's at $125 right now. It ends in 9 days and 12 hours as of the making of this video on March 8th at 9:40 Eastern time. So anyway, I just wanted to point that one out because that's a very nice book in a fairly significantly high grade that should go for relatively cheap, just given that Star Wars books right now are kind of being ignored for the most part. Here's another one I sent out to my Patreons. Nobody's picked it up yet, but this is a newsstand edition of Star Wars 39 in a CGC 9.6 with white pages. This is part one of the Empire Strikes Back movie adaptation. Beautiful cover. I've got this one in a direct edition, but not in the newsstand. It's only $95 plus shipping. I think that's a pretty good deal for a 9.6. A 9.8 is probably going to set you back $250 to $300. So very budget-friendly option there. Next up is a 9.6 newsstand for Star Wars number 43, The Betrayal at Bespin. This is the first appearance of Lando Calrissian in comics. I've got this one in a direct edition as well, but not in a newsstand. So this one's at $125 in a buy it now situation. I think both of those 9.6s are a much more attractive way, budget-friendly way for those of you that don't want to spend big money right now. You can get a near mint condition book for very reasonable price relative to what they sell for in a 9.8. You're paying 2 or 3 times what this price in a 9.8 grade. Speaking of 9.8 grades, here is Star Wars number 68 in a 9.8 with white pages. This is the first appearance of the planet Mandalore, first appearance of Mandalorians in comics. Great book. This is one I do have in a direct edition. Now, this one, I wanted to point out that the cut at the top of the book is a little off kilter. You can see how the Marvel Comics group label is a little bit wonky, and so it's a little bit miswrapped is what I'm trying to say there. So still a nice book though, and was just graded. You can tell by the certification number and the updated label. The labels now say first appearance of Planet Mandalore. So this one's at $276. I think because it's a little bit miscut, you can expect this one to go for maybe sub $1,000. Whereas a perfectly centered, perfectly cut book is selling $1,100 to $1,200 right now. So it might be a more budget-friendly option if you can live with some of the miswrap to the book. So that's a beautiful book, though, and that's at auction. That one ends Sunday evening at 8:47 Eastern Time. Another comic that is a modern book, but a Dark Horse book from 2006 is the first full appearance of Revan. And this is Knights of the Old Republic, number 9, KOTOR number 9 is what I like to call it. I've got this one in my collection. Really good time to buy this book. It bounced up to like $1,200 or $1,500 at one point, and now it's kind of come back down into that $500 to $600 range. So that's the lowest I've seen it in a while. It's a kind of a timeless, modern classic, fairly low print run, given that it's a Dark Horse comic from the mid-2000s. Beautiful book. Right now, the book is at $155.50 in an auction. This one ends Monday evening at 9:53 Eastern Time. So go out and grab it if that's one you've been looking for. But I just love that book. I've got that one in my collection. Another one in my collection is the variant edition for Darth Vader number 3. This is the 1 in 25 Salvador Larroca variant cover for Dr. Chelly Afra's first appearance in comics. I love this book. Love this cover. Absolutely stunning cover with Darth Vader reaching down to help Dr. Chelly Afra. It's just a great book. I mean, if you're looking for this one usually now has been, it got up to like $2,300, $2,500 at one point. I think lately it's been selling for around $1,100 thereabouts. I think I paid $10.35 for mine. And so if you're looking for it, it's a much more lower print book versus the cover A, which the cover A, there's like multiple thousands in a 9.8 grade. But this one, for every one of this book, 25 of the standard cover A were printed. So it's a much lower print run. So right now it's at $209.50. That one ends Sunday evening at 10:05 Eastern Time. So that one, I think, is the last comic. And now we're going to dig into some awesome vintage items. So this is a UKG 30% Lily Letty R2-D2. I've never seen such a poor example of the Lily Letty, but it's awesome. Everything about it is awesome. So if you're looking for a beater Lily Letty R2-D2, this is as beater as it gets almost. UKG 30%. So this one is from You Changed, who we've talked about in past videos on my what to buy videos and in market updates and things. I bought from this seller. Very happy with my purchases from this seller. This one's at 16 pounds. and it ends Sunday afternoon at 4:05 Eastern Time. Go check out the other items. You can click on Sellers Other Items, and for you U.S. watchers of this video, you might have to change your settings to worldwide instead of domestic to be able to see all of these UK items. But he's got a number of, he or she has had a number of items that are at auction right now. So that's one of them. He also has a UKG 85% Lily Letty Darth Vader. That one's at 165 pounds. And the Muffin Man is also back with a Lily Letty. This is a Lily Letty Lando Calrissian in a UKG 85%. Very high grade, beautiful figure. It is the correct Bespin blaster. As far as I can tell, it's the wide-handled gray blaster for the Lily Letty Lando Calrissian graded UKG 85%. And again, the Muffin Man also has a number of items at auction right now. I didn't include all of them, but you can click on Sellers Other Items to check them out. But right now, this Lily Letty Lando is at $13.50, and it ends Sunday afternoon at 3:02 Eastern Time. This seller has a Yak Face at auction, brand new K-Style UKG 85%. That one also ends Sunday afternoon. Right now, the current bid on this one is at 127 pounds, which is 161 US dollars. But a beautiful example for the Yak Face. And I've had a couple of, the only reason I bring this up is that I've had a couple of channel subscribers who have been looking for a Yak Face in high grade. So I wanted to make sure to include that one in there. Here is the stunner, though. This is an awesome item. Absolutely stunning. So this is the Bounty Hunter action figure set, custom encased by UKG. And it's listed for what seems like a lot of money until you start looking at the labels on some of these. The Boba Fett in this case is an uncracked limbs, unpainted knee, unpainted dart. So it's the much more rare unpainted knee, unpainted dart, uncracked limbs, UKG 85% Spanish PBP. So this is a tri-logo Boba Fett graded very high grade. So that alone is probably worth $600, $700 at a minimum. And then the Vader is also a Spanish PBP, if I can find it. Let's see here. Vader, where are you? I think it's a Spanish PBP as well. I can't find there it is. PBP leather cape Darth Vader in a UKG 85% straight 85s. So that's probably worth $200 or $300. So just the Vader and the Boba Fett alone are probably worth, conservatively, I would say, $800 to $900. And the whole set is graded UKG, every one of them, 85%. The Dengar is a no COO. The IG-88 is a Hong Kong. And the Bosk is also a no COO in an 85, which is very tough to get in an 85. So this is an amazing set. Look how awesome this set is. It's all in one box. They all have individual labels. And the seller is asking 1,200 pounds, which is $1,500. But again, the uncracked limbs, tri-logo Spanish PBP Vader and Boba Fett. The Boba Fett is the one with the uncracked limbs. Those two alone are probably worth $800 minimum, if not higher. So I think it's actually a pretty good deal for what it is. So there's 23 watchers on it already. Nobody has pulled the trigger on it yet. I sent it out to my Patreon supporters. Nobody's pulled the trigger, but that is an awesome item. I've seen a few of these sell over the years, so good luck if you wanted to buy it, but it is a buy it now situation. Absolutely stunning item. Speaking of stunning, here is a UKG 90% vinyl Cape Jawa at auction, and this one is from Treasures from the Attic, another trusted seller that a number of my subscribers have bought from. I think I bought from this seller as well. I can't remember, but this is a UKG 90%. So it's already at 2,500 pounds, which is 3,200 US dollars. I think this is easily going to clear 4,000 US dollars. I'd be shocked if it doesn't. Honestly, it's probably going to sell for around 4,400 US dollars. That's my guess. Who knows though? But that is a stunner. That one ends Sunday afternoon. And again, check out the seller's other items, because this seller has a number of really nice high grade UKG loose graded items for sale, as well as some other items that like some PBP card backs, all kinds of good stuff. Next up, this seller, We Buy Star Wars, has some very high-grade AFA examples, if you're into AFA examples. They're all archival cases, all AFA 85s. This one is a light gray hair Hong Kong Obi-Wan Kenobi with the new K-Style. They're all at auction. They all end Sunday evening at 9:06 p.m. for this Kenobi, but I only pulled up a couple of them, but he's got like 5 or 10 different AFA 85s, all archival cases, all brand new case styles. Here is the AFA 85 R2D2. This is the Hong Kong variation. So that's another nice one there. That one's at $281. Also, the same seller has a straight 85s 45 back Death Star droid, and it's unpunched, no price sticker, straight 85s. Look how beautiful this is. And that one is at $204.50. That's going to sell for probably at least triple that, if not 4 times that number. That one also ends Sunday evening, but that's got a beautiful crystal clear blister. This is as case fresh as it gets, unpunched, no price sticker, straight 85 for all the sub stores. So if you're into that, there you go. Next up, this seller reached out to me about potentially selling his 12-back set. And it didn't work out, so he decided to send them or list them all on eBay at auction. So I've been talking to this seller offline, so I know that these items are legitimate. And these are all at auction. They're all 12 backs in varying degrees of grade. I only included a couple of them for this video, but they were just listed as of the making of this video last night, and they all end Sunday evening at, around 9 or 10 o'clock Eastern time. So I wanted to pull off a couple of them, but again, go check out this seller's other items. He is in the U.S., and they're all, all 12, first 12s on 12-back cards. So the first one is a 12-back C3PO graded AFA 80. He also has a 12-back C Han Solo large head graded AFA 80. And then there are some others. I only pulled up 2 of them, but I wanted to show you these because they're all at auction, and it's very rare to find so many 12 backs in high grade at auction, and there are some lower grade examples as well. So again, go check out that seller's items, but I know that these are legit. They're not like a scammer, because I was helping him price them, and it didn't work out for him to sell them, so he decided to list them on eBay at auction. So go check those out. Next up, Jedi Mike Trick has a Power of the Force Imperial Gunner graded AFA 80, and this is a seller. I've highlighted some items of his over the years, or over the last 6 months or so, really. But this is a beautiful AFA 80 Imperial Gunner. It is a punched example, no price sticker. That one's at $371 right now, and that one also ends Sunday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Next up is an ungraded Princess Leia Organa Inner Combat Poncho. This is an unpunched example with a price sticker, and it also does have that cool SKU change sticker. So for a lot of these later Kenner card backs, the Return of the Jedi card backs, they were changing the SKU numbers, and because a lot of them were already printed, they put these stickers in the upper left-hand corner with the new SKU number. I've got an ADAT driver that has that. So this one's got very light yellowing to it, and he's asking $215. So I thought that was a pretty decent deal to me, given that this would easily grade probably an 80. It would be my guess on that one. Next up is a beautiful UKG 75% 65 back B Luke Jedi. And this one is a clear blister with a clear inner tray holding the figure in place. How often do you find that? Look how clear this blister is on it. It's absolutely stunning. It's a 75 for the blister, figure score of an 85, I believe is what it says. Let's see. Hard to tell because it's kind of blurry. 80 for the card, blister 75, and figure, I think, got a 90. So that's an absolutely stunning, unpunched 65-back Luke Jedi. Right now, the current bid is at $305. This one is located in the U.S. So, I mean, crystal clear blister. Absolutely stunning. That one ends Saturday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And then the last one I've got is a tri-logo, unpunched, ungraded mint on card R2D2 pop-up saber. This one is at auction from Treasures from the Attic. So this is a stunner of an item. It is lightly yellowed, it looks like, for the blister, but it's unpunched with the factory applied 1 pound 59 pence price sticker in the upper left, just like my Luke Stormtrooper has. So almost all the last 17 had these stickers applied at the factory before they left the factory. But this is a stunner. And again, while it is unfortunate that the blister has yellowed a little bit, I think this easily grades an 80 yellowed blister. So anyway, check out the photos on that, but it's from a trusted seller. It's at auction. Right now, the current bid is 640 pounds, which is 811 US dollars. That one ends Sunday afternoon as well. I would expect that price to probably 1,300 to 1,500 would be my guess. US dollars. That's my guess. You know, we'll see. But absolute stunner there. So anyway, a number of awesome items. As a reminder, please leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and please use the eBay affiliate links in the video description. You can bid early to help support the channel if you go back and win it when the auction is ending later on. Thanks as always for watching my stupid videos and for the channel support and all the great supers from those of you that sent those lately. Laugh It Up Fuzzball 70, Pixelated 5664, and Justin over in the UK. Appreciate you guys very much, and I'll talk to you soon.